Leo Ascendants, this video is for you. The long awaited Mars transit. So congratulations, the ones who were waiting for this transit, and they've gone through turmoil for the last 8 to 9 months because Mars was very unstable. Mars was transiting in your 12th house, and it's debilitated in the sign of Cancer. It is the most Yoga Karaka planet for you. Why? Because it's the lord of your 9th house, Aries, right here. And for the last few months, Mars was not just debilitated, it was retrograde in your 12th house, going back and forth from Gemini and then again back to Cancer. So finally, Mars, your most Yoga Karaka planet, is transiting in your first house, and we all know Mars is very, very powerful in the first house, especially for Leos. It's a friend of Leo, of the Sun. Sun and Mars are great friends. Okay? But there is Ketu in your first house. Nothing to worry about. I do not consider Ketu as a malefic planet. A lot of astrologers may disagree with me. I do not consider Ketu malefic for Leos. Ketu is definitely a malefic planet. So is Mars. So is Sun. But I believe the relationship with all these planets is very, very good. Okay, so I have a lot of positive news for the Leos, but there are certain things that you must keep in mind so that you get the most positive results. So for that, you must watch the whole video. Okay. So let's see. This video is very, very important for people who have a cluster of planets in Leo. For example, you have 3-4 planets already in Leo. You may not have to be a Leo ascendant. You could be an Aquarius ascendant. But if you have 3-4 planets in Leo, this video is still very important. Your moon is in Leo. You should still look at this video. You're going through Mars Mahadasha, Sun Mahadasha, Rahu Mahadasha, Ketu Mahadasha, on the Antardasha of all these planets. You must pay attention to this video because it will definitely cause certain events in the next 50 odd days, the time I've mentioned here. Okay, so let's look at it. The positives that I'm going to say, well, there are more positives. The positives I'm going to say will have more impact for people who have a very strong Mars in their chart, or their Sun is very, very well placed. If both are very well placed, or even Ketu, if all these 3 planets are very well placed. When I say well placed, for example, Ketu is very well placed in Scorpio. Okay, or Ketu is also well placed in Pisces. Okay, Mars is exalted in Capricorn in your 6th house. Okay, Mars is also very well placed in Aries, or if Mars is in Sagittarius. Sun is also very well placed in Aries, or your Sun is in Leo, or your Sun is in Sagittarius. These are all good placements of these planets. But if your planets are debilitated, for example, your Sun is debilitated in the sign of Libra, you may not get very positive results. Or your Mars is debilitated in the sign of Cancer in the 12th house. The results may be negative. Now, the last few months may have been a bit of a turmoil for the Leos because Mars, like I said, is your most Yoga Karaka. It is governing your luck or Bhagya. Your luck is seen, or your Bhagya is seen from Mars. And Mars was not just debilitated, it was retrograde. So finally Mars is getting stabilized. So the positive is for people, especially the ones who are working. You see, Sun is transiting right now in your 10th house, right? But it may not be the best transit because you see Saturn is looking at Sun from there. So you may see some good news, especially the ones who are employed. Lots of people, lots of Leos are in the entertainment industry, in the finance and banking industry, stock exchange, leadership coaches, healers, gurus, teachers, educators are seen from Leos. All right, leaders, politicians, YouTubers are seen from Leo. So this particular transit may open up doors for you. values. So it's a very, very good transit. You're one of your most Yoga Karaka planet coming to a Kendra, your first house, and stabilizing there. Okay, so in the next 2 months or so, you could hear some positive news about your career, and especially the business owners. I have said that in my previous videos, so watch my other transit videos. If you're new to my channel, I have made specific videos for all the ascendants. I've made specific videos for Leo, for the Jupiter transit, Saturn transit, Rahu Ketu transit. So watch all those transits. Okay, especially if you have planets in Leo, and when Mars passes over those planets, for example, you have Mercury, or if you have Venus in 5 degrees, in the next week or so, Mars will pass through 5 degrees and it will trigger events, especially if you're in the Mahadasha and the Dasha period of those planets. Okay, now the events are good or no, that we'll have to see with the natal position of your Mars. Yeah? Mars is good, it will give you good results. Okay. Business owners, I think it's a fantastic time to network. Incoming gains will come. We can't ignore Jupiter and Mercury forming a very, very powerful Dhana Yoga. So Leos, the ones who were looking for employment and they were unemployed, the ones who are business owners, there is incoming gains. And you will see it in the next few weeks. If it's already not happened, if it's happened, let me know. But the time is really good. It's time for you to put your head down and put in that effort that is required, right? You cannot afford to procrastinate, because Ketu in the first house can make you guys very detached, and you might start wondering, why am I doing all this? Why do I have to work? Why do I have to make money, career? All this is useless, because Ketu is a karak of liberation and detachment. So if you go towards the path of Ketu, I'm not saying it's bad or is good, but then do not complain about career and money, right? Because Ketu, I have said that in my previous videos, I'm going to repeat it again. Ketu transiting in anyone's first house, especially Leo or any, you can ask the Virgo ascendants. If you know Virgo ascendants, the last 18 months have completely changed most of the Virgo ascendants, especially if they're young and they were going through Ketu Mahadasha, Ketu Antardasha, or even Mercury Mahadasha, Mercury Antardasha, their personality has completely changed. And it will happen to Leos as well, especially the younger ones, especially the ones going through Ketu Mahadasha. The reason why I'm talking about Ketu is because Ketu is sitting in Leo, and Mars transiting over Ketu will trigger events. It will activate it even more, tenfold. So if you're pondering upon these questions about transformation, about what is life, what is the purpose of life, and you're feeling detached to the material world, it is because of the Ketu transit. So this is a time for you to sit and contemplate, right? I have mentioned in my Rahu transit in Leo video a couple of months ago that I posted, check it out on my channel, that this is a time for you to focus on spiritual growth, on your health. This is a great time to work on fitness. Check your height and check your weight. And there's something called as body mass index. I don't know the real terminology. The gym instructors keep talking about it. Your weight should be exactly as per your body weight right now. And if it's not, it's time for you to go join that gym or start running and get fit. You will get fantastic results. You'll get clarity of thought. You'll get fantastic results because there is focus on the ascendant. What is Leo? Leo is your ascendant. It's your body, it's yourself, it's your personality. And Mars and Ketu both are there. So it's time to focus on yourself and your personality and spiritual growth. Mars is the karak of health. You will get great results. Focus on higher learning, research and development. Both Mars and Ketu are karaka of research and development. Increase your knowledge. If you're getting into an industry which involves research, this is the time to do it. Whether it's IT or it's archaeology or whatever it is, it's astrology. Go ahead and learn astrology. Fantastic time to learn astrology. Anything to do with occult, the 8th house, the unknown, things that you always wanted to know, things that you always wanted to do. Research and analysis, this is a great time to do it. Okay. Now, positive Mars will give you fantastic developments at home. People may buy new cars. People buy new property, land. There could be renovation of the house. You'll buy something for the house. It'll look at your fourth house. All right. But like I said, again, this is not the time to chase money. This is the time to chase spiritual growth. Which means which doesn't mean that you sign off all your money to an NGO. But it is time to lead a very simple life. It's time to do things for others, people that you love, your family members, your children. And it's time for you to grow spiritually as a human being, especially if you're from the age of 20 to 40, 45. And if you're going through Ketu Dasha, Saturn Mahadasha, Mars Mahadasha, Sun Mahadasha, you will definitely feel it. And if you're feeling it, let me know in the comments. All right. People who are married, you need to be very, very careful. The current transit of Mars and even Rahu in your 7th house is not the best time. It can cause a breakup in your relationship and your marriage. Saturn in the 8th house is forming a very powerful Viparit Raj Yoga that can give you money from inheritance, insurance, and other resources, investments that you've made before. But again, it's the house of in-laws. So be very careful and mindful with how you're dealing with your in-laws and your partners. The ones that are single, this is a fantastic time to meet someone new. The person could be from a different culture or a foreign nationality. All right. If it's from the same country, it could be from a different nationality. All right. So good news for singles. Mars and Ketu in the first house, Mars transiting to your first house. So Leos need to keep their fire in control. See, Mars is full of fire. Mars is a soldier. And Leo is full of fire, leaders. They don't back down. So not the right time, with Mars transiting over your first house. People can take headless decisions. They can get into a conflict and get physically violent. So pay attention to this bit. And if you have some Leo Ascendant that you know and you're listening to it, send this video to them. People can get into a bar fight if you're into alcohol, if you drink too much, and you can get into a bar fight and get arrested during this time. Especially if you're going through Mars Mahadasha or Ketu Mahadasha. Even Sun Mahadasha, Antardasha of these planets. So be careful of accidents during this time. Sharp objects, accidents. Avoid alcohol or be in your senses during this time. Do not lose your temper. If you have anger issues, I know a lot of Leos have anger issues. So the ones who are aware that they have anger issues, this is the time to focus on spiritual growth, meditation, yoga, exercise. Channelize that Mars's energy into something productive for yourself. And not with anger and emotional outbursts and violence and throwing things. Okay? Overall, financially and career-wise, I think it's a fantastic time, especially for business owners, even the ones who are employed. It's looking very, very good. But like I said, Leos need to channelize their anger, their temperament, their ego. And if they are able to do it, you will get the most benefic results. Otherwise, it can cause emotional turmoil in your relationship and your family, and you could also lose your job. Okay? Why? Because Saturn is looking at your 10th house from Pisces, from the 8th house. It's the third aspect. Okay? Especially the time after 15th, from 15th, especially from 30th. So make a note of this. 30th of June to 15th of July is very, very positive for your career and your money making. All right? It's very, very good. So let me know in the comments. Watch the other transit videos. Find out look at your own chart. See how strong your chart is. What Mahadasha you're going through. What Antardasha you're going through. Look at the strength in D9. And I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. All right? If you have any comments or something to share, please mention in the comments. I always appreciate a meaningful conversation. Let the other Leos know what you're going through and what's going on. Share the positives, share the negatives. If you like this video, hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. If you need a consultation, my information is right here. I wish you all the best. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.